Okay, now we want to shift to weather, and of course it's the big story today. The whipping winds, gusts are set to pick up as the day goes on. Many of you under a wind advisory, some of you under a high wind warning, and you can see the wind blowing the flags there on the North Shore right now in that live shot.
And Ron, we can hear things outside of the building every once in a while that sounds like things are blowing around outside, but you actually said Mount Washington may be providing a little bit of a buffer, and it might be worse in other neighborhoods.
Yeah, I mean, we're starting to look at some of the strongest winds we're expecting today to start to arrive. Now, they are generally just off to the west of western Pennsylvania, including the Akron area, Cleveland, both coming in, looking at wind gusts over the last hour being recorded in the 50s. That's what we are expecting to kind of move in and rotate in here, especially in places like Beaver County, Lawrence, Mercer County. You'll have a solid chance for seeing some really strong wind this morning. Now in the Pittsburgh area over the last hour, we've seen winds topping 30 miles an hour at 33. We'll likely next hour be looking at those winds gusting at least upwards of 40 to 45 miles an hour, maybe even closing in on 50 miles an hour. So we'll continue to watch there. So the brown colors that you're seeing here, that's a wind advisory. It goes through 6 o'clock here locally. And that's because of the wind gusts that we are expecting to see in excess of 50 miles an hour, at least possibly topping 50 miles an hour today. The other communities, if you weren't under that wind advisory, you're likely under the high wind warning that goes through 6 o'clock as well. We could see wind speeds topping 60 miles an hour in those communities. That does include Mercer, Lawrence, and Beaver County again that are going to be under that. So here's a look at, this is just model data showing us what we can expect. This is at 8 o'clock. You can see those 40-mile-an-hour winds being reported, or at least shown being possible in Pittsburgh and in Washington there. We'll continue to see strong winds through about 1 o'clock. After 1, we'll start to see our winds dropping down. They'll be lower than the criteria. We could see maybe at 1 or 2 o'clock the advisories and warnings allowed to expire, and we'll be calm by tonight. Now, why are we seeing these winds? Cold front now through, and in the wake of that, we're seeing the winds fairly strong. The rain pretty much, I think it's done for the day. It's pushing off to the west and to the north of us. You can see at times the camera bouncing up and down. Temperature 62 degrees at this point. Look at the wind speed. It's all the way up to 24 miles an hour at this time. And we have wind gusts at 33 miles an hour. There's that camera bouncing up and down again. The wind chill is at, well, the dew point I wanted to say is at 53 degrees. And we are expecting our winds to likely be in the 50s for the rest of the day. They're holding steady, though, a little surprising, in the 60s, at least at this point. So 64, we've already seen that for our high temperature today. Here's how I think the rest of the day breaks down. We actually saw temperatures up 2 degrees last hour, but we should pretty soon be into the 50s, including a 10 o'clock temperature of 53, 53 also at 1. Here's your 7-day. Dry tomorrow, warmer as well, 68 degrees. A little drizzle could be around. Sunday high 66 degrees, but rain showers around for your Sunday. Temperatures falling as we're heading into Monday. 53 the high on Monday, but that's hit early. It'll be a cool day, but high temperatures back up to the 60s, mid 60s at that on Tuesday.